by the way. I believe in winners and losers, and especially the freedom to fail.
Who? Him? Who? Him? Who? Him? Him? Who? Me?
I don't know. You're not there. Da da da.
No way!
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a plan! Now, if this global reinvention is to work, there might be a few competitors that are unfortunately eliminated! Oopsie!
Oh, behave.
Welcome to the Microsoft Windows 95 Video Guide. This unique program will help teach you how to use many of the most important features of the new Windows 95 operating system. Our guide is separated into 3 sections. In Section 1, you'll get more than a few laughs as we present the world's first cyber sitcom, starring 2 of television's hottest comedy personalities, Jennifer Aniston and Matthew Perry. They'll be taking you on an adventure in computing that takes place in the office of Microsoft Chairman Bill Gates. Along the way, they meet a wacky bunch of propeller heads and are introduced to the top 25 features of Windows 95. The pace is fast and funny, but don't worry if you miss anything. In Section 2, we'll take you on a step-by-step review of all the Windows 95 components demonstrated in Section 1. In just about 15 minutes, you'll get a close-up view of how to work in the new Windows 95 environment, and will become familiar with the speed, power, ease, and compatibility of Windows 95. Finally, in our 3rd section, Microsoft answers the 20 most asked questions about Windows 95. So get ready for a few laughs and some great information. First up, the world's first cyber sitcom.
So I told you pay for the band. Your son's getting my daughter, and for pretty cheap too, I might add.
Microsoft's 5th floor. Ladies' modems, children's shareware, and our bridal peripheral salon.
Wow. Taskbars and email and shortcuts, oh my.
Taskbars and email and shortcuts, oh my. Taskbars and email and shortcuts, oh my. Taskbars and email and shortcuts, oh my.
Well, yeah.
The Wicked Witch of Windows 95.
Okay, Myra, I'll get back to you, darling. All right, bye-bye. I heard that, and you are?
This is Jennifer Aniston. I'm Matthew Perry. We're here to see Mr. Bill Gates about a possible starring role in the video guide to Microsoft Windows 95.
He's out right now, honey, but you can wait in his office.
Out?
Out.
Out! But in his absence, he asked me, his loyal assistant, Bernice Keppelman, to act as host and give you a peek under the hood at Windows 95. I was very involved in the project, you know.
You?
Well, I kept asking the boss to clean up his windows, you know, update, redecorate, cleaner views. He took my advice. Of course, I was talking about the windows in his office, and he was talking about the other windows. You know, the operating system with tens of millions of users. Stop with the clapping.
Oh, we thought it was customary maybe to clap when entering Mr. Gates' office.
I was just turning the lights on.
So, this is where the magic happens, huh? The ground zero personal computing. The nerve center of the world's biggest software company. I mean, the atmosphere resonates with anticipation of mythical achievement.
Mythical achievement right now would be an unchewed number 2 pencil.
Honey, we'll nosh soon, but if you want the job, spend some time looking at Windows 95. What do you know about the system?
Well, I dabble with the old Windows a little bit.
And you?
Oh, I'm still mastering Pong.
Sweetie, why don't you sit in at Bill's terminal?
So this is Bill Gates' computer. I mean, that is like using Wayne Gretzky's hockey stick, you know?
Oddly enough, none of it seems to rub off.
Look, I meant for her to sit at the keyboard for a reason. Windows 95 is goof-proof.
We might have to mount a legal challenge, you know?
Naturally, Bill's already installed Windows 95 and is booted up. Just hit any key, and you'll see it right behind the screensaver.
Any key. So I could basically fall on this thing and it would get started?
Yeah, but don't, okay?
Oh, pretty.
Oh, and no messy DOS buildup.
What is this, a paper towel commercial? There are 4 things you ought to know about Windows 95. It's easier, it's faster, it's more powerful, and it's got great compatibility. Now, point the mouse at the start button, bottom left, and click.
Oh, look, Maddie, I'm computing. Okay, now what's that button?
Don't touch that! Whatever you do, stay away from that button.
Or you'll go blind?
Worse, way worse. Now, getting back to the menu. It's the best I've seen since they closed Lindy's in New York. From the top, you've got programs, which, with a little drag on the mouse, cascades into a submenu that allows you to quickly launch many of your programs. This replaces Program Manager in the old Windows. It's way better.
Well, what happened? And then installed Windows 95.
That's a good question, honey.
Okay, and where's the button that instantly kills anybody that calls me honey?
When you upgrade from Windows 3.1, old Program Manager groups are transferred automatically to this menu.
Oh, well, that's easier than changing dry cleaners. I mean, you know, you always leave something behind.
Now, below that is your Documents menu, which contains your recently used documents.
So that means you can get back to work on a file faster.
Precisely. Now, Settings gets you to the new improved Control Panel, your Printers folder, and allows you to customize the taskbar. The Find feature is all new on Windows 95. It's a fast way to find files or folders. Help is right there at your fingertips, and Run allows you to start up any program with a command. Finally, Shutdown provides easy and safe shutdown and restart. Okay, now let's load up the taskbar. I'll show you what it does.
Taskbar? Is that anything like a Snickers bar? Does that have nougat?
What is nougat? Does anybody know that?
I saw that Mr. G had his personal 5-year projection in Excel, our top-selling spreadsheet software, in the document menu.
The Microsoft game plan.
No, his golf game genius. He's trying to break 80 by the end of the decade. Now, Jen, open that Excel plan right off the documents menu. Okay. Now, let's use the new Max and Min feature in the upper right side of the window to minimize this document.
Yeah, and there's also an X.
Well, the X will allow you to close any program or document, but we want to keep the plan file on the taskbar, so we just minimize. Okay, click on the little number. The taskbar keeps as many active windows at your fingertips as you want. I'll show you. Now, let's get into my computer.
Your computer?
No, Bill's my computer.
I thought Bill was your boss.
Okay, before this becomes a classic and hideous vaudeville routine, let's move on.
Okay. The My Computer feature, new to Windows 95, allows you to manage stuff on your computer like files and folders. Let's open it up. Now, click on the hard drive. Now, open the folder called Bill's Poetry Workshop.
Oh, let's open the Word file called Ode to Christmas.
Very good.
Oh, hey, there's only one line.
Well, why don't we write something to the boss? Let's make a copy we can work on. Jen, close it. Go back to the Edit menu and drag it down to Copy. Then paste.
Oh, this is so...
That's the word Bill would use to describe the result of several 100,000 man-hours of R&D.
All right, so how do we finish this poem?
I got an idea. Come on, let me. Just something I'm kind of, you know, fooling around with.
Was the night before Christmas, and all through the warehouse, not a single piece of Microsoft merchandise was stirring, not even a mouse. Oh, please.
I know. It gets me, too.
Okay, short fellow, let's close that file. Now, click on the icon, then click on the name. This allows you to rename the file. Let's rename it, We Wish You a Merry Christmas.
I like it.
I don't.
There's something you will like. You know what it is?
I know.
brown noser.
That name is longer than 8.3 characters.
You know, for a lot of people, this feature alone is worth the price of admission to Windows 95. No more personal codes. Just name your files and folders any way you like.
You know, I remember losing entire essays in college because I couldn't remember their file names. You know, I just zoned out.
I've lost entire relationships that same way.
Really?
Oh, you don't want to go there.
With Windows 95, you can use file names of up to 250 characters. Now, do we really want to leave that poem for Bill? I think we'll just delete it.
Okay, go ahead. Destroy my art, my vision. It's my vision. You're destroying it. Did I mention that it's my vision?
Oh.
Oh, relax, Jen. Check out the recycle bin over there on the desktop. See? It's there in the recycle bin. You can delete it, leave it there for future considerations, or you can immediately get it back by doing undo delete.
Okay, so the recycle bin is like an enabler for the indecisive.
And undo is the way we were of computing.
Developers, 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 developers. Developers, 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 developers. Yes!
Our architecture is specialized. The solution designs are based on the combined real-world experiences and best practices of Microsoft and each one of these partners, all of whom will stand behind us to support and service these solutions. We've validated and proven these solutions in the lab and also in real-world experience. With WebSphere, it's one size fits all.
All right. But your competitor says that they can do the same thing. Now, we could go with them, or we could go with you. But what makes you better, really? We could go with this, or we could go with that. We could go with this, or we could go with that. We could go with this, or we could go with that. We could go with this, or we could go with that.
Shocked by the cost of their invoice, but not with my Windows. Windows of choice. Busloads of consultants don't make you rejoice. Your answer is Windows. Windows of choice. Yeah. If you go with this, then you can go with this. And if you go with this, then it'll work with this. But if you go with that, you can only go with that. So you should go with us. You can go with that, and it'll cost you this. Or you can go with this, and it'll cost you that. So you should go with... You'll be shocked by the cost of their invoice. It's not like my Windows. Windows are the choice. Yeah. Don't be fooled by expensive decoys. Your solution starts with Windows. Windows are the choice. You can go with this, or you can go with that. But if you go with that, what's beneath the fact? Surprised to find it's this, or shocked to find it's that. And you can go with us. Or you can go with that, or you can go with this. But if you go with that, you'll have to eat at this. So you should go with it. Windows of choice.
So, you can spend your money managing complexity, or with Microsoft services and solutions, you can add business value.
Brian, anything you'd like to add?